Welcome to the BTS video. I feel like this music video has so many subtleties and things and hard work behind it that no one's really gonna get to know unless we do a video about this talking about it. Really, the only help that we had with the music video was my friend Chaz. He directed it, edited it. He was the DP, also the operator, A and B cam. And he also was lighting everything, and then my mom and my brother were like the crew, I guess. They were the designated grips. My little brother, when he wasn't napping or playing video games, was there. But yeah, if I'm talking a little weird throughout the video, just know that it's because I have like this big, I don't even know what it is. Something happened with my wisdom tooth and it just didn't want to heal properly. So it's like I'm talking with cotton in my mouth is what it feels like. Basically, I was dying to get something out, dying to release music for my fans and everyone who supports me, and the EP came together in a really natural way, and it was during quarantine while I got the idea while I was cleaning up and doing the finishing touches on Apocalipsis with my little brother in our home studio. And I was like, yeah, I mean, why not release an EP? I can finish up the songs here and I can release them into the world and not be super anxious throughout the whole quarantine, wondering if I could be doing more. So then, Chaz actually did a BTS video for Papi, and he did such an amazing job with the editing, and I already was really inspired by him. I already believed in him, so I was dying to do a video with him as well at some point with him directing. And I mean, ideally it would have been with a bigger budget, but if I knew that anyone could do it and on a low budget with limited supply, making it creative, I knew it was Chaz. So I reached out to him. I was like, what do you think about this song? I sent him Apocalipsis because, again, I was like, that has Chaz written all over it. And not because he's toxic or reminds me of the end of the world, but because I just see him giving it another meaning. I see him bringing it to life, I guess. I got the idea to do the Apocalipsis video with, Chaz's good on the go, and basically we FaceTimed a lot about our ideas, and we had several ideas before we actually got to this one where we are now. Really bold ideas, probably not quarantine friendly ideas, but we like to think outside of the box, and Chaz himself had been really creative throughout quarantine, and he did a Kobe Bryant tribute and everything, and I feel like I'm talking so much about him, he might as well be here. And he forced me to do this, actually. He was dying to do this intro because he's just extra like that. Chaz, why don't you come in? Why don't you come on in, Chaz?
Thank you for having me.
This is Chaz. He is the face and the brain behind Apocalipsis music video.
So Isabela reached out to me with the song Apocalipsis, if I'm saying that right.
That was close. None of my friends who speak English can say it properly.
Yeah, and she said, I want to do a music video to this. So I was all for it, loved the song, and then she said we had 2 weeks to do it. So
I did say that, didn't I? Even right away, that shot right there, right off the bat, you were shooting that on a skateboard. That is actually my room, by the way. That's my handwriting, too, on the quarantine to-do list. Oh, and that's Chaz. Wait.
So this shot right here of the window is actually a miniature. Is this right here that I built? I actually shot through the miniature, and I was on a sheet right back here. Yeah, I'll show a little diagram right there. Cool.
How did you make it look like the concrete, though? Or that, what's it
Yeah,
called?
so this was paint with a little bit of salt.
Paint with salt.
Paint with a
So
little
you're
bit
saying
of salt.
I could, pick off the salt right now?
Yeah, it's been
That's
rubbing
sick.
off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of salt? Himalayan?
I
Just
think
regular
it was the finest grain I could.
The finest grain.
I
We
could
use the
find.
finest grains in this video.
Yeah.
Now everybody's watching, but there ain't no stopping.
Yeah, so these frames, this is Isabel's family.
Yeah, I'm in dogs too.
I actually printed these photos 8x10 and put them on the wall.
Yeah, so these are actually there. But yeah, they're all watching the destruction of my sanity.
Right here, this is where you see these
The two houses.
These little houses. So I wanted to keep that homemade kind of DIY feel, as if she could have created this in quarantine in her room. This was originally a temporary drawing. It happened to be the best one because I just didn't care at all about it.
Well, he wanted me to do it, and I was like, I actually can't do much better than that. So
yeah, so I drew it really quick.
Are these the Yeezys? What is that?
We got Isabella cutting up all these magazines. She sends it out the window, and we actually built this little contraption. It worked. So here's the collage rig we came up with. We got a C-stand out there. It's fully functional.
You're gonna edit this to look
yeah,
like...
so this is gonna be a stop motion, frame by frame animation of Isabella's face.
Ooh. And it's supposed to be cut up from magazines.
Yeah. So it's gonna be her collage, kind of giving a little message to next door.
Brilliant. I mean, I thought I knew what it was gonna turn out to look like, but I was very surprised. And there were a total of... He made each one of these out of hand.
So each one of these I was cutting by hand.
And there were 80 of these. 80 of these. Like, and each of them has their own little unique design. I wear my own little shirt or my own little eye in them.
Yeah, so we got
which
some
is
of
crazy.
these.
It's just insane.
Magazines. This one we got a
Looks
car
like me.
magazine, a coding magazine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like,
So blown away. And the fact that you made them smaller too is smart too, because otherwise it would have taken...
oh yeah. Originally I was gonna make it full size.
Like a
sheets.
magazine.
Yeah, a full 8x10 magazine with limited resources. I made the smart decision to make it much smaller, just like these, and conserve material.
We definitely talked about everything. Poor Pluto.
Okay.
I'm shooting face. I feel like in school you were probably the kid that like everyone wanted on their class project because you would do all the work and you liked it too.
Yeah, so I was attempting to do like kind of like a Spike Lee-esque, I don't know, we call it like a dolly pole where she's kind of on it. So I brought a wagon, she was sitting on the wagon, Gio and her mom Katerin were pulling her. I was kind of holding it and filming. We kind of layered it with this low shutter shot. This was probably done at like 3 in the morning.
What lens did you use for that?
This is shot...
For those of you who are nerds.
Yeah, this was shot on a 14 millimeter. I think like 1/10 of a second shutter. So this was all done in camera. Simple layering.
Interesting.
In this order, this was the way the wedding was set up. Katerin was getting all the decorations ready, and I was setting these up as fast as possible, keeping the lighting the same. See, we got that little bear following safety precautions. While this is all going on, Isabella's doing all her own makeup.
They'd call your name out, and then we would shoot the dance sequence, and then you'd run back outside, and I would run to go put on another look. You would set up the wedding some more.
This was choreographed via FaceTime with Galen.
And we would call her occasionally throughout the video and check up and see if this was proper, this kind of placing in my hand, and which shot she liked more. And it was cool that she was just like available at any time.
So Galen had this cool, clever little idea with the fingers, taking us to the paper airplane. Here, I have my safety goggles. Threw it at my face.
Yeah, those designer safety goggles.
Yeah, kind of got lucky. It hit the monitor. You can see here.
You can put that in slow-mo. You flinched though. You were nervous.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna...
What do you think I was gonna do?
Cut my lip. Yes. So at this point, I think I realized.
You trusted me.
Yeah, I still flinched.
Oh my god. Bump, and then it would be done.
But I was thinking no hands. It would just go here, and then it would cut to it like. It would cut to it like that. Or it would be like boom.
Oh yeah, right there. Oh, dude, that's why I said back pains in my caption.
Yeah.
Because I literally had back pains the next day from doing that. I did it like 20 times. I was in a back, like bridge or something, and I had to like catapult myself up from that bridge, get into the position, and then start dancing.
Each look kind of had their own little personality.
Y'all were like rushing, running around everywhere, coming in and out the house with stuffed animals in hand or crazy stuff. Well, I was just creating these different looks with wigs from Party City.
Yeah, I was shooting this kind of giggling to myself. Like, this is absolutely, like, if you want to prank someone, this is just the worst thing.
It really is. It's way worse than TPing.
It's so much worse than toilet paper.
They're so small.
It was my idea. I was like, yeah, pick up the pillow and throw it around.
But in the movies, they're fat feathers.
Feathers were just everywhere. And I'm kind of looking at Isabel's mom like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know it was gonna.
But she wasn't even bothered. Like, my mom was
she was
so
smiling.
chill.
She was into it. We'll clean this up, Kevin. This is me and my first AC. Hold on, focus. Hold up. This is what she pulls. The little string, it's hard to see. It's kind of like a little support system, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people were like, how did the fence come down? Yeah. I think it's more like he isn't like there to save her. He's really just like doing his own thing. Like, he's in a little, her imagination involves like a wedding and a love story and blah blah blah, where they're dancing and blah blah blah. But his is like Dungeons and Dragons, and he's like creating his own little world in his backyard, and all of a sudden the barrier comes down and they're like, oh, you were also having like a mental breakdown.
What kind of just really going for right there.
I fell. I was like, just use it. It's part of the scene. Oh my god. Why did I think that was gonna be effective? I just like threw it up against.
Should I sit down now?
We were just kind of messing around. Everything's just what we found around the house.
Now, this is your hero. All right, action.
Yeah, there was a screen we were gonna show.
You should show it here.
Yeah, so this, I'll show it right here. It's just so awkward doing that.
Yeah, you definitely would be like a terrible YouTuber.
Yeah, it's right here. No, it's right there.
Yeah, so that was like a bootleg Netflix that we created. This just didn't fit in there, I feel like.
Yeah.
It was like it definitely read B-roll when I finally saw the final thing. He was just sitting there, we put the afro on him, and any other dog would just like immediately try to take it off, but he just sat there with it on. Yeah, I feel like I'm just looking for companionship, but the rest of the little skits that we had in mind were a little bit more direct, you know, directed towards the window, directed towards who I thought the person was, and then bringing Pluto in there with an afro on, it was just like a little bit far left, you know. And let me know if you guys really like these pieces of paper and if we should give them away, because we're willing, and there's different like unique designs, so if you got these, you'd be one of a kind. Look at me selling stuff. But yeah, thank you so much. Any last words, Chaz?
No, thank you guys for watching. It was really, really fun.
How are you gonna exit out of frame?
Just like snap or,
You can snap.
or explode out or something.
I feel like you should explain.
Apocalipsis, punto final. You can't resist.